All right. So peace, peace. First of all, before I even start the class, how's everybody doing? Y'all could just drop it in the chat or unmute yourself.
What's going on, fam?
Oh, good, man.
Bro.
All good. Chill.
Yeah, looking forward to this class. How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. How about yourself?
Good. Just barely made it, so I'm ready.
Gotcha. That's what's up. I pray everybody had a fantastic day trading today. And if you didn't have a fantastic day trading, I pray that you learned a lot of lessons today, right? So last week we spoke on tweezer bottom reversals, right? And how they're inside of morning stars. And how to enter them as well. One thing I feel like I didn't speak on is where you will place your stop loss, right? One thing you can always place your stop loss at the bottom of the candle that you're trading, right? On that time frame. And just real quick, bow, right? Let's just make believe that would have been our stop loss and that would have been our entry right there. You can trickle down to a smaller time frame, right? And I'm just on the 15. Delete. And as you learn to trade better and better, things will click better and you'll start to move your stop loss a little better, right? But we have the same setup here, right? The Morningstar. So since we had our stop loss right here, once the trade performs, right? And let's just say it was on this candlestick and you already had entered your trade. Oh, well, you would have not entered into here. That's why I'll teach you a little trick. That would have been your entry, right? Seeing the live price action of when the candlestick starts to come out. So let's say it's this one and it's working right here and your entry's right here. You don't have to wait for that entry, right? Because we know that that'll be the top of that structure, right? For the swing high and for a breakout. So you can still utilize which I always call price action, right? And I'll always explain what price action is. Price actions are these candlesticks and what they represent, right? And price action is the high and the low and the opening and the close of the candlestick, right? So utilizing this price action and utilizing a high of it, I will be entering in into this trade, just like I will be doing on the hour, right? Because the hour would have been telling us to enter in right there off of that tweezer top, which was, that tweezer bottom, which also was a morning star, right? So now you have the opportunity, right? And this is when I get into like, dang, I wasn't going to talk about all this. But now you have the opportunity of entering into your trade at 414.81, right? And this will still be your stop loss, right? So what you'll do to move that stop loss, right? Because now this can be your target, right? Or this can be a position where it's like, okay, I trimmed along the way, right? So I actually I performed as a trader, like I scalped, I day trade, and I still have some contracts left where I can possibly swing. Don't worry that this is SPY. Just think of the price action that I am bringing to you, right? So with that being said, that could just be a target or that could be a place where you want to add to your position, right? After you're done scalping, day trading, and you'll add to, well, some people will add to the same contract. Me, I'm gonna add to a different contract, right? So I can have a whole different position. So long story short, the way you want to move this stop loss is once this candle finishes out and you get this one, you sometimes want to wait for this candle. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm seeing the price action, right? I'm just not a liar, right? So since I seen that it was a spinning top, I'm like, I already seen it, right? But I would have put my stop loss right here. So I would have just grabbed that and I would have put it on that candlestick. This candlestick would have came out and would have been fluctuating, right? Would have bounced. I'm just not the type of person that as soon as my stop loss triggers, right? That I'm just gonna jump out the trade, right? Now, if I already like took profits and stuff of that nature, yeah, I'll get out because I'd be like, oh, what's the whole point, right? I already got a trim out and I already made some money. Or if I'm green on a trade, like if I just enter the trade, I'm not just, oh, it hit my stop loss, I'm out, right? When I feel like doing that and my emotions start to want to like react, I tell myself, Didn't we read Mark Monroe, or don't we know from experience, right? But I always want to give you references where I get certain things from, but don't we know from experience that it's not good to jump into a position and just jump out of the position, jump into a position and jump out of the position. You just end up losing money doing that, right? We had a plan, right? Even though it just triggered this stop loss, maybe I just didn't give myself enough room, but I have capital now to be able to do that. Like when I didn't have the capital, sometimes I just couldn't. Like I just had to get stopped loss. I had to just get stopped out and just and re-enter the trade, right? So let's just say that you didn't get stopped out. You didn't stop yourself out, and also it didn't scare you, or the wick just didn't come all the way down here, right? You'll do that, and then you'll just move it again. Obviously, I'm not going to move it right now because it's not there. And then you'll just move this line to where that one's at, right? Where your entry was at. Now is at break. Your entry's at break even, but that is a big misconception, right? It really depends on your expiration date, and yeah, that's what it really depends on, is your expiration date and the contract that you picked, right? But if you picked a good expiration date, you could still break even at your entry point. But if it was like 0 DTE or weekly, 9 times out of 10, you just got to go a little bit higher to break even now, right? Yeah, and you just go ahead and just trim it up, right? You can do that on any time frames. Because I forget sometimes I will talk about stop loss because I don't really utilize it like that. But that's now because of my experience and the things that I know and how I trade, right? But when I first was trading, I was utilizing it, right? Where was I? I'm trying to get all the way back there. Came to the 5 minute to let you see that you could do it as well on the 5 minute. It's just going to be what I like to call more turbulence, right? A bumpy plane ride. So as you're changing planes, and when I say planes, like mindsets, like, and just seeing price action react, the 5 minutes just a little more, more volatile and things of that nature. Yeah, you'll see something of like bloom, 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 and you could have moved it up, right? But just don't lie to yourself. When does that happen? How much do you back test to see like when does that happen? That normally that's like you see like the rally, like bottom rally. Did you see that? Consolidate rally, right? So does that normally happen? And are you going to be able to cash that? Right? Are you going to be able to not be emotional? So now let's jump in to the appreciate you, Jordan. Let's jump into the tweeted tops, right? So I had it on the 1 hour. If y'all want to, y'all can choose a certain ticker you would like me to speak on it. I took it straight to the 1 hour because I just seen the tweeted top right here. And that's what brought me right here. Now I was just gonna talk on this hour, but that's what brought me over to speaking about just a quick reference of what I spoke on last week, right? So that was just a stop loss, and that's how you're entering. For anybody entering now, that would have been the tweezer bottom inside of the morning star, right? And why not show off, Moody? Just show them real quick, because you are not going to be belittling yourself today. So we're gonna come all the way over here. And it's because I already seen it. I just didn't say it. It just didn't come to mind. Moody was on a 15-minute time frame. Another reason, this is why I use the horizontal rays, is because as I go look for these lines, even though they're not populating right now, I don't know why. Let me just stay still. Well, that's why I use the horizontal rays, these little things, because these white lines should be populating right now for me, but they're not populating. I don't know why. Oops. And so I don't lose my place. Oh, there they go. Obviously, Moody was too far back. And that's why I lost my place, because I was too far back. It's not like a horizontal. It'll always take you to exactly where you're at. So what I was just going to show you real quick is just keep in mind, I know I was talking a lot just now. The 1 hour, everything that I just said, it was a tweezer bottom, morning star going up, right? If you focus on the things that you want to see in life and the things that you want to accomplish in life, and you do that long enough and you're just crazy enough to believe it, that's all you're going to see, my loved ones, right? I really believe that you're going to love this class that I'm going to do today. And this is possibly how I'm going to be doing my classes going forward, but I'm not sure because I know I was going to incorporate this into like a mentorship. Wouldn't call it a mentorship, but like a course of like learning with Moody. But I'm recording this and it's going to be put out. So it's just like a teaser. Please give me feedback and let me know. And possibly I'll just do it here. Who knows, right? So long story short, what I was going to say on the hour, and I'm just going to remind you, the hour, it was similar to this. It just wasn't the same price action. It was a tweezer bottom inside of a morning star, right? Just like I found it here. And this is what I want to show you. If you focus on the things that you want in life, right? Not even on the charts, the things that you just want in life, the things that you desire, if you just focus on it long enough and just have no doubt that you will receive it and just know natural law, it shall be yours at all times and you shall always see that in fruition, right? And what I mean by that is that I was on an hour time frame and I did Moody delete these so they could overstand. The stop loss should be right down here. That's how we did it. And then this is just an entry off of this time frame. So this would have been your entry off of the hour, right? But understand how I found that same setup right here, right? So if you learn to draw on your chart, it's going to be there so clearly that you're going to be able to see like, oh snap, head and shoulders. So the head and shoulders was on a smaller time frame that it broke down. I just can't see it completely here, right? But it fell right into a bullish reversals. And this is why we look for bullish reversals. This is why when I speak, I am no longer going to be like, oh, these people don't know this or these people don't know that. I'm going to speak from my heart and from where God always places me at, right? This is why it's important, it's imperative to know terminology, know description, and know what goes with what, right? Because your mindset, not even your mindset, your subconscious and your conscious mind, that's what it's looking for, and that's how it's going to project your reality. If you say, even though we all speak in slang, you know, if you're just like, oh, I killed this shit, you know what I'm saying? What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Unless you've like, yes, you know what slang means, but your mind knows what those words mean in a certain way because you've programmed it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know what you're saying. So that's why I'm saying it fell into a bullish reversal. Moody, what is a bullish reversal? Morning stars and tweezer bottoms. There's more, but I'll stick to those because those are the ones that we've been talking so far in the past couple of weeks, right? So anytime you see a morning star on any time frame, what is that, Moody? A bullish reversal, right? You just got to know how to trade that time frame, right? Anytime we see a tweezer bottom, Moody, what is that? That is a bullish reversal. So Moody, is that like catching the bottom? Absolutely. Forget the wick, but wick is nothing there. It's the bodies of the candlestick. You caught the bottom. The wick is just entry points and targets, right? I will always continue and not get tired of stressing that, right? And what I was going to show you is not only that, but if we come all the way over here, because we're going to be talking about like tweezer tops and things of that nature, right? If we come all the way over here, what do we find? Tweezer bottoms inside a morning star. Just stay with me. Sooner or later, you'll see the cup and handle, you'll see the inverted head and shoulders, and you'll know why it blasts off like that because of the bull flags, right? But I have a way of teaching certain things. So before I move forward inside, because I know I kind of drug that out a little bit, just trying to drill that into your heads. Does that make sense? And is everybody staying along with me? Right. And that was off of the hourly time frame, even though I trickled it down to the smaller time frame. That's just how you trade. Just stay with me. Don't lose me. Yes. All right, cool. I'm following. Cool. Yes. It makes sense. I'm waiting on some more just to make sure, right? Because I know some people are shy. Maybe somebody's like, you know what, Moody, maybe that didn't make a little sense. You think you can smooth that out a little bit more? Right. So this is your opportunity. Roger that. Gotcha. Gotcha. 100. I'm saying my mom's like my dad's 65, my mom's like 63, so I understand. I gotta like say things 1,000 times. And I get it. They had to do it to me. I have a child. I'm gonna say it about 1,000 times to my son Zion. All right, cool. Gotcha. All right, so let's move over to the tweezer tops. Come on now, 100 times. Yeah, you made me laugh, bro. That's really like, chill out, bro. Take the whole 0 off, bro. Know what I'm saying? Chill out, bro. It's only 100. We're hilarious. All right, so I hope, and I'm gonna just stress it one more time. I hope that didn't go over your heads because I know I just said it one time. I'm on the hourly time frame. That's just how you trade. I'm not telling you to utilize the hourly time frame and go down to a smaller time frame. What I am telling you is utilize the bigger time frames to chart, find your, and you don't even have to find entries on a bigger time frame. You can, right? That's just do it. Trust me. You'll fucking learn something new because you're not gonna end up using that entry because you're like, oh hell no, look, Moody didn't talk to me about this. I'm about to enter in right here. Trust me, you're just gonna learn market structure. You're gonna learn, oh, that's what got it now. So I gotta wait on this time frame. How long do we have on this one? That's why it's not breaking. Makes sense. It has nothing to do with news or anything. It's the price action. Got it. The news or everything just kind of helps, but it's already built into it. It's called news. News is not new. It's news. Rumors. News. That's why they say buy the rumors, sell the news. News is what I'm telling you now, and you put it out tomorrow on a Sunday paper or whatever the case may be. Rumors is why they buying. Going to the cap, oh, right, and you see it just spreading. That's news. I mean, that's rumors. Hopefully that just clicked, right? So bigger time frame, smaller time frames to enter your trade and things of that nature. And then they're your emotions. You know which one, like, hey, maybe, all right, let me just, what would Moody do? 30 minutes into the market, fuck am I on this 1 minute time frame? I'm already in this trade. I'm trying to hold, right? I keep asking Moody, how do I hold in my trade? It's 30 minutes into the market. I'm still in profits. What would you do? I don't know. I don't think y'all can see this, but shit, flip this over to the 15-minute time frame. Let's work off of this one now. Move a stop loss. Hopefully that just made sense. I just told you how to trade. So simple and easy, right? Does that make sense? Before I get into the tweezer top? So tweezer tops. I'm gonna circle it right here, and I'm just gonna work off of this hour time frame. Yes, gotcha. I'm just honest. What I mean by honest is that I'm going to work off of this one. And I really just want to work off of this one, right? The reason I say that is because you also have a tweezer top right here, right? But you got to know how to trade them. And Moody, why don't you do this one and then do that one? Because that's going to take too long. And I want to show you, I want to do some other stuff for you, all right? But this is a tweezer top right here, right? This is a tweezer top right here, right? And this is a tweezer top right here, right? And I'm not going into Google unless, let me know in the chat if nobody knows what a tweezer top is, right? And then I'll go into Google and show you pictures of tweezer tops so you can understand what they are and not just see them on a chart the way I'm doing them, right? But I'm gonna circle, oops, delete. I'm gonna circle all the ones that I see here, right? We got one here, right? That fell into a tweezer bottom reversal, and tweezer tops are bearish reversals, right? Just like evening stars. And hint, before I say it, you can unmute yourself, you can drop it in the chat. What would make it easy, Moody? If the tweezer bottom falls in and creates, not always, but it's just always in there like this, like tweezer bottom, morning star. If the tweezer bottom falls in with a morning star or breaks into a morning star reversal, what would the tweezer top fall into?
Evening.
Evening star.
Anybody else? All right, I'm just trying to let more people engage, but absolutely, Charm and Ray, absolutely correct. Evening star. Now, do you see how we can bunch all these things together and we never really miss anything? Because if we miss the tweezer top, we know the evening star may be coming right after it, potentially, right? So it's a backup for a backup. right? So we have to get out of the mindset of, oh, I missed it. Oh, this or that. No, that's your mindset. You need to change that. Where was the opportunity, right? And when we find the opportunity, remember the opportunity. Just like we forget who we are sometimes, remind yourself, tweezer tops, more evening stars. Tweezer tops, evening stars. Oh shit, sooner or later you'll start to say, tweezer tops, let me look at the RSI, bigger time frame. Shit, we at the top. Oh fuck, let me take her down. Because it's all correlating now, right? And you're not learning 30 different things at one time. You're just learning price action. And you're staying patient enough for it to reveal in front of your face to be like, holy shit, patterns, all of this shit is price action. This is why trading with naked chart is amazing. You really don't need all that other stuff. All that other stuff is really mumbo jumbo, right? There's people that truly use those indicators and are dope using those indicators because they know how to utilize it. They tweak them to their nature, just like I do my RSI. Hey, Moody, what are your levels on your RSI? It's not going to be just the regular ones they gave me. Don't you see how I can play with the time frames and everything? Just like I could play with the candlesticks. That's how you want to start getting into indicators and things of that nature. You want to marry the two, just like how you got to marry your thoughts and emotions to manifest the things into your reality. You're doing the same thing here in charts. That's why I say whatever you do off the charts, you're going to do on the chart. So Moody, get into it really quickly. All right, so now, oh, well, I said I would do that, so hold on. That was the tweezer bottoms, right? You had a quick tweezer top right here, just really quickly, right? And it, I wouldn't say it failed, right? It just bounced off of some support, kept going. Moody, don't break everything down, right? Another tweezer top right here, right? And that's just in confluence with a shooter at the top of a uptrend, right? To just bring it, solidify the confirmation even more and bring it down, just like right here, right? How you got, it's just not a perfect tweezer top, but it gave you a shooter. And I'm only circling it because of the shooter, right? And the shooter, you could look at it as an inverted pin bar. If you go back to the beginning of the classes in MSC Teach, that's when I was talking about actionable signals, right? So now it comes down, right? Boom. We had a quick one right here, but it was off balance, so don't really like it. You had a nice one right here though, right? Tweezer top, still trickled all the way down, right? We had another one right here. I still like it. Why? Because of the range, and we know that this is SPY, so that still was a range. What I mean by that is 417.98 to 418.68. You have to know the chart that you're charting, right? Because if this was American Airlines, that would have been shit. Even if it would have been on the hour, that just would have been about 20 to 30 cents, right? Because of the price action. And you know, once you trade it often, you know, like how big the bars are or how what they'll give you, you know, the ATR. It just all starts to make sense. Right. So doing all of that, you got to tweeze the top as well right here, right? So now that I've just, there's a couple of more, right? Like right here. But now that I've mentioned all that, just going to go ahead and delete them. And I'm just going to work off of this one, right? In due time, because I always do a review, I may go into the ones that may look like they failed, but it didn't. Like say like this one right here, and then it just bounced right back up. You just got to know how to trade that candlestick, right? So let's start off right here. That right here, I'm just putting this line here because it's going to be your stop loss, right? To like, oh, dang, it broke. You could get stopped out, right? The way you're going to enter this trade, and Moody just mentioned this, please, is off of this green candle, right? Because the tweezer's top is off of this red candle live, right? So let's make it sweet since we're just doing this part. Replay. Gotcha. So I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame just because once it goes down, y'all seen me do it before, it's just gonna give me my open and my close. So I'm gonna just trickle this down over to about why not? Take it to the 1 minute time frame, right? So we're entering in this tweezer bottom down here, right? So I'm just gonna let it play out real quick. This would be your stop loss, right? And we're working off of the hour, right? So Moody, real quick, take it back. We're working off of the hour, right? The live candle hasn't came out yet. We're putting our stop loss here, right? And we're entering our trade right here. You can take this down to any time frame that you feel comfortable, right? That's how I'm just gonna start teaching so it can just start to make sense for you guys, right? You can take that to the time frame that you feel most comfortable on, right? You can also take this down to the 15-minute time frame, right? If you take it down to the 15-minute time frame, it's just gonna give you obviously some different price action. And as you see, you still have a tweezer top off the hammer right here inside of the evening star. You see how that works, right? It's just like how I talk about the tweezer bottoms inside of the morning star, right? See how that works, right? Once you start to see the chart how I am explaining it to you, I promise you it's going to be hard to be unseen, right? It's just like if anybody is on Instagram and sees that video of Dick Gregory, once the universe chooses you and gives you those magic glasses and you put them on, it's going to be hard to unsee the shit, right? I promise you that. But just follow with me. If you have any questions, please stop me at any time. They are correct. Head and shoulders too. I knew this was going to be a fire class. Appreciate you, bro. And absolutely, Milena, you're a little more advanced than a lot of others that are in the class, but definitely is a head and shoulders inside of here. Most people will see it from here, here, and here, which is there, but that's a lot of price action, right? And I know I'm on a 15-minute time frame. I'm already seeing it from here, here, and within here, right? Because I just know candlesticks and I know that that's a shoulder inside of this cup and handle, right? So dope eyes, Milena. So long story short, just utilizing this, I'm gonna just show you something real quick, right? Just utilizing the structure of this, just this one candlestick, you can enter your trade right here and not have to wait for right here. I'm just gonna turn this yellow since we know that, right? I was working off of the 1 minute time frame, but for anybody else, you can also travel down to the 5 minute time frame, and you can start to see the morning stars keep hitting tweezer tops and coming down, right, with bullish hammers. The reason I'm saying that they're bullish hammers is because how they're closing. They're not really closing below the last price action, right? They're still closing within that price action. So it's still bullish, and you see how they're opening up and how I look at the candlesticks are going to be. Moody just showed them this shit because it's gonna fucking make sense now. Support, support, resistance, not the wicks, just the bodies of the candles. Support, resistance. If you go to a magic time frame, you'll start to see that shit and you will never believe what anything else but that. Thank you, Father. Anything else but that, right? And what I mean by that is the body, support, resistance. And then you'll start to realize that they're within each candlestick, and that's why that one broke out, and you'll see how they test. You see how they stop at a resistance, and then they break out and support. I think I just did a fucking fire support and resistance class literally in 3 minutes. So boom, right? So long story short, you could have entered here, but I'm going to travel down to the 1 minute time frame, right? And if you was nice, you could have entered off of that candle, and inside of this candle, utilizing this one, but inside that would have been your entry point right here. As soon as you would have seen it, boom, aggressive, go in, right? I'm saying that because I'm seeing it break the 50 mark on the RSI. At least tell them that, Moody, so they can know why you said aggressive. So if you go down to the 1 minute time frame, right, we'll come down here. This could be your entry point. Remember, I think we got it off of like the 15-minute time frame, but this would be your entry point off of the hour, right? The white stop loss entry point, right? So I'm just gonna let it play out real quick off of the hour. And Moody just showed them the shit so they can start making sense. I'm gonna take this yellow line and I'm gonna just leave it out here, as a matter of fact. And now that I put it straight, that's your fucking entry point, right? And ooh, Father, you gave it to me right on point. You see? Perfect. That's your entry point. That's the fucking market structure. You see that? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. That's where it breaks out. And that's where it breaks out to the bottom as well. Is your market structure. That's why it's a dope entry, right? So, dang, bro, why are you doing that? All right, so now we're just gonna let it play out into this entry point, right? Sorry, I'm not giving y'all targets, but here you go. Don't do it like that, Moody. Go to the hour. So we go to the hour because that's where we started the top. That's where you would have planned to trade out, right? Your first target would have been right down here. Target. Let's turn those orange so you can start to overstand. Cancel. Orange. Target. Stop loss. we'll leave that there. So now I'm gonna take it back to the 1 minute, right? Now, these are your targets on your hourly time frame, right? If you enter here, you know that you have a target down here at your entry point, right? We know you can add to your position there, or you can take your profits there, or trim there, right? But you also have nearby targets on this time frame, not your hour, but on this 1 minute time frame, you have some nearby targets to take out before you get to that one. That's called trickling down. You know, if you trigger this one, you're going to trigger that one. That's going to trigger your hour, especially if you know how to do time frame continuity and see the flow and the sequence of how they're trading, which what I mean by that is smart money, right? So, yeah, I'm not gonna be on all day because I could tell I got energy. It's just I woke up from a nap. Boom, 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 boom. Let it play out, Moody. Here you go. It's about to play out from here. Let it go a little quicker. We'll just leave it on 3 seconds. Tweeze the bottom. Morningstar activation. Going for your stop loss. Sight. Tweeze the top. Morningstar possible. Tweeze the top. Trying to hold because it's your market structure. We're about to break through and flush. Let's go. Still got your first target. No, it didn't. Almost. It left it there. This is what they do sneaky. It's about to reject the 50 mark of the RSI, right? It left you that target. It smashed out that target, gave you your entry. You see how it triggers? It'll play with your trigger. Watch. You see that? That's why everybody be like, oh, but it triggered or the shroud, It's just you don't. This trigger. Once it triggers, then you could go for a re-entry. It's just knowing the time frame continuity. I'm just showing you all this on a 1 minute so you can overstand, but oh damn, it's going back up. Stop being a scaredy pants. It's not for the week. There you go. You're back green. Came. You see that wick right there? What that is a target. So now you see how it's testing that again? It's done that before inside of here. Learn how to chart and you'll start to see, oh, that's where it flagged. That's what we flagged at. Got you. So we just need to go ahead and see what the price action is reading us. We just rejected Morningstar. All right, bet. Let's go ahead and flush. We keep testing it now. So we got to flush through, right? Let's go ahead and do it. Told you, boom, flush through. I don't know what the fuck spot was doing like that at this time. Or I probably did. I don't remember. Right? Now it's going to say, let's stay below it. That's what we want. We need to stay below the price, right? Now, when we do that, we know, all right, we got her. It's like fucking fishing. It's like, okay, reel you in. You see the stairways? Boom, boom, trigger. You see how quickly it triggered? I didn't give you no more targets, right? But that's the bottom. It just had, let me see, does it have more time to fall? Yep, it's going 15er. Yes, we still got more time to fall, right? The 30 minutes still got more time to fall. And it's going to its market structure. Dang, do I still got it playing? No, it don't. But it stopped. Yeah, it went straight to market structure right there. That's why you got that imbalance. Moody showing them on 15, it looks better. Right there, it's just the imbalancement. See all the resistance, see the imbalancement, it went straight to your market structure, 50% of that candlestick, right? That's where you bounce and wick right back up. Yep, and that's how you trade tweezer bottoms, and that's what a tweezer bottom is. Does anybody have any questions? It's kind of already getting late. But yeah, anybody got any questions? Any questions?
That was dope. That was dope, fam.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Tracy. All right, no questions. All right, cool. I'm gonna play y'all something. Oh, truth. All right, so I've been talking to my therapist, and oh wait, psych. No, let's rewind it back. Put the fish back in the water. How do I get access to the previous class? I need to learn all that. You just got to get. You're probably just want to. Never mind. I'm not say all that. how you get access to the class into MSC Teach. I guess is Jordan still on here? Can you drop the link into here, my brother? I don't think Jordan's still on here. Yeah, you are. Jordan. All right, so I'll have Jordan drop the link as I continue on the class, but if as before the class ends as well, I'll just drop the link in the chat into MSC Teach where you can get access to the videos as well, to the classes. This class that I'm doing like today is kind of something that I'm planning on doing for like a course, but I may start doing it for MSC Teach. But yeah, just see how it goes. People are saying it's pretty fire so far. All right, so Truth. I've just been talking to my therapist and she said this one time last week and 2 times this week. And I did some like time traveling in my mind and just seeing certain things that I've been doing. I've been like, yeah, I see how I am doing that. I guess I haven't been working on that, where I be belittling myself a lot of times. So not to say that I be lying or anything of that nature, but I definitely got to take my power back, and not only take my power back, but stand in my power, right? And I'm gonna teach you a trick that I've learned that you can take with you. So, and I learned this from, I don't even remember where I learned this from. It could have been a video, but I always give the credit to one of my mentors. I'm not gonna mention his name, but it could have been a video that I seen. But I knew that I was advanced as a young child, and even though I was like an adolescent, like just bad as a juvenile, sometimes, right? It was just my circumstances and my mindset. But as I started to develop my mindset, I knew like, okay, I got it. This makes sense. And I started to like manifest certain things. And there was a video that I seen that a lot of people that I was teaching were older than me, right? And well, and I wouldn't say teaching, that I was just helping and coming across, right? Just in life. I wasn't like teaching something. I was just, people would just be like, man, talk to me about you and your wife's relationship. Like, how do y'all get along so well? Or y'all do this, or things that I've done, whether it was music, you know what I'm saying? Any kind of business venture that I've done before. And what I learned in that video was sometimes in life, you have it, and it's like a white lie. Like, I'll say, hey, I learned this from my mother, or I learned this and I didn't learn it from my mother. But the thing is, when you tell someone that, or you tell them that you learned it from a mentor or something, they tend to take you more seriously, right? Because it's like, bro, how do you know all that information? I don't know, bro. I be fucking learning about myself. I be studying myself. I be reading hella books that I have, things of that nature. I find another book and I read another book, and another book takes me to another rabbit hole. And I just learn more about my mind, and also going to therapy, right? And another reason I'm doing this is because y'all gonna get to meet my therapist. She's not gonna put any information about me out there, but like as we engage and continue to grow with the community, you guys will learn certain things about me. And I know that she'll call me out on certain things, you know what I'm saying? Especially like if I be like, hey, I learned this from you, where she'll be like, Moody, you didn't learn that from me. I gave you a tool and you did that yourself. Right. So I'm just here to just let y'all know, like, I don't be learning from other people like that, right? I choose to learn from other people. Why? Because I think that that's how you grow. And what I mean that I don't be learning from other individuals, there's no one, whether they're around me or you see them around me, I'm not going to mention any names, that be like, hey, Moody, this is how you do this, whether it's business or anything. I learn majority of everything by myself, right? And I'm telling you guys that so you guys can do the shit yourself, to do the shit yourself as well, right? All you have to do is hit that bucket button inside of you. That bucket button is every time somebody said no in life. Yo, you need help with this or that. And it's like, oh, I just can't right now. Or is this, or gave you an excuse. Fuck it, figure it out. It's gonna feel so good. And it's not, never look at it like you're trying to rub it in somebody's face or anything. Do it for yourself because you didn't know how to do it. But guess what? Think about it right now. You know how to drink water, you know how to do this, you know how to do that. You don't ask anybody for help to do that because you know how to do it. Imagine only going to the Father to ask for help, and then he bringing people around you to help you do certain things that you can't, right? Or to learn to do it yourself, right? So I'm just letting you guys know that, right? And even when it comes to charts, like I promise you, you guys can learn this shit. Sorry for cursing, but you guys can really learn this if you dedicate. I just can't tell you how much time to dedicate. I obsessed over it. I was able to learn this and quit my job, not teaching anybody or anything, in 60 days or less than that, right? But that was, yeah, due to my circumstances, like some people were retired, some people have 401ks, whatever the case may be, right? They had money, I had money, right? But I utilized it in the best of my abilities, right? And I just locked in. I promise you, I just locked in. I didn't have access to Sarah Sniper and to ask her any questions. You know what I'm saying? I just watched her videos, just like you watched her videos. It's just I interpreted the way I interpreted because of my mind and my mindset, right? And my experiences in life, right? I wouldn't say in a little bit of my experiences in charts, but I learned to strat within the same year, and within not even year, within the same 6 months of me quitting the 60 days, that same journey. So it's like I can't really back test that to a lot of things. I will always just give it up to the price action. People hear me say that and think strat automatically, and it's like, no, it's support and resistance. That's what I truly trade. The strat just helps me navigate everything better, and it helps me with my trading. I would say day trading, but I just know the tickers to utilize it on certain things, right? You could utilize it on SPY and stuff like that, but there's certain time frames that are best for the strat, right? But when you want to learn it, no, you don't want to tell somebody that there's the best time, that there's the best time frame and things of that nature. You need to let them learn that stuff, because then they learn that. If not, they stay on that time frame and don't learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to rob somebody from that, right? The only person I had like access to be asking questions of the strat was Rob Smith. And that's the person that created the strat, right? And granted, that's just me through me teaching and helping somebody that connected me with Rob Smith, right? A lot of people was able to see that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, and the reason I'm telling you guys all this is because sometimes you see an individual in a space and you may be impressed by them and just see all this greatness that they do, but you don't know how they pick themselves up or what they may go through. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about that stuff, right? But I do want to talk about like imposter syndrome, right? I know I go through that sometimes. Why? Because I'm not certified in this space, nor am I a financial advisor, nor do I plan on trying to be a financial advisor, right? But I do plan on educating myself on how I can certify myself on being a technical analysis, right? And that's why I say do your research behind people. Why? Because that's only 2 years of me doing this, right? So we hear a lot of people that say they got 5 years, they got 3 years, that they got 10 years, that they got 15 years. 30 years, that was Rob, right? 20 years, 25 years. Some people be like, they got 8 years that I follow on Instagram, right? And it's just like, do your research behind that, right? Like what I mean by that is that I'm a positive individual and I speak positive mindset, and I talk about revamping and redesigning your mindset, right? Because you may have a slave mindset or whatever. I'm not going to go too deep into wording, but different types of mindsets, right? Where you can go to my Facebook and go years, 7, 10 years and see that. That's what I mean by go study somebody. Have you really been doing that or talking about that? You don't have to consistently talk about it, but it's going to show in your work. Why do I say that 10 years ago? If I'm fucking 31 years old and you go back 10 years ago, you see me at 21 years old. So if you go back 15 years ago, you see me as a teenager. You think that Moody was holding his mouth or just blabbing away like everybody else on Facebook, MySpace? That's why I say do your research. You'll start to, no, that's not who that person says he is. Because I get to see who what you're talking about. I get to join your Instagram live, or I get to see this, but now I'm doing research. Do it before somebody blows up, or do it before the person blows up, or gets more business savvy, I'm telling you, as you see me grow and go start deleting certain things. And you'll never see that. And then you'll be like, oh, this person was always like that. You'll be able to see that person's growth. You'll be able to see that person's climb and moving mountains and things of that nature and changing their mindsets. Why? Because everybody was putting stuff out on social media. You did it. I'm saying if you're super old, you probably didn't. But think about it. If you're my age or even younger, yes, you have. Or even if you're 35, take you back 10 years, yeah, you don't play with me. Yeah, you was out there. Right? So that's why I tell you that. Right? And I'm just speaking from the heart. How did you know it was time to quit your full-time job, professor? Bro, why do you call people professor, bro? At what time did you say I quit? And I don't take it offensive or nothing, but I was like, why do you call people professor? I like it though. I appreciate you. You look at me as a professor. But I know it's something like of your respect, because I know you call everybody that. And I don't mean to like offend you if I did, bro. So how did I know it was time for me to quit my full-time job? You want the honest thinking truth? I don't know. I talk about this all the time. I got an interview that I never put out. I'll probably put it out. I just gotta find it. Where somebody interviewed me on stuff like that. But yes, it was money. Yes, I was like, oh shit, I got bread. Whoa, what the heck? This shit really flipped, right? I wouldn't say I got lucky. I always say I got lucky because I know I didn't know how to trade like that, and I was learning how to trade. I knew certain things. I knew support and resistance and things of that nature, right? I knew what a bull flag was, but it's just like you. At that moment, I believed it was a bull flag. I'm like, oh shit, it is working. Damn, it ain't work this time, man. They fucking lying. And then I'm like, oh wait, this bull flag bull in it. Oh wait. And then I had to learn more. You know, I'm like, oh shit, the bull flag is inside the company. Wait. But that was me digesting stuff. So like it was money, but it was, bro, it was my fucking job, dude. To be honest with you, like I would quit it. It had nothing. I believed in myself. I knew it was gonna happen. I kept telling myself, like, bro, I'm gonna be dope as fuck. Let me go back into my mind. I remember talking to Elise, and then it was Elise, Kwame, Mo, and everybody on the Discord was on the Discord. I was drunk. I remember that. And I was at my sister-in-law's house with my wife and my sister, and I was only drunk because, and I wasn't drunk. I took like 3 or 4 shots, so I was feeling good. But I only did that because I was chilling with my sister and them, right? And my wife, and they were just having a good time and just getting together and just reminiscing and talking about things and talking about the future. And I was on stocks. I remember it was like 11 something. We was just talking about it, right? So like I'm telling you that because that's pivotal for me. I remember asking Elise, like, how long did it take you to learn the charts? And she's a woman, and it was Mo's wife. And I was like, and shout out to them. And she was like, yo, Moody, to be honest, 3 months. But to be honest with you, I would have learned it like in two months, but I just didn't take it serious. I wasn't taking it that serious at the time. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, well, your husband does charts, so I get it. But when she told me that, I was like, bruh. And I'm sorry to any woman out there. It's just a man nature, I guess. I was just like, bruh, she's a woman. If she could do this, bruh, I can do this. Like, fuck out of here. She got kids. I don't got no kids. Like, you know, I don't like to compare myself to people, but when I do compare myself, it's more so in a way where you can do this too. Like, this person got a job, they're going to school, they're doing this, they're doing this, they're doing that. Moody, what the fuck are you doing? You got a job, you got your own business, but that really takes care of itself. You be chilling. Like, you got time on your hands, you're not rapping no more. So it's just like I start to do that, right? And I'd be like, bro, stop making excuses, right? I just locked in, bro. And how did I know it was time to quit? It was that. It was the last time I wanted to cry at my fucking job, dude. Because they were treating me terrible. They were only treating me terrible. I'll be honest. Public Distribution Center is not a bad company and they don't treat people bad. It was bad to me because I like to do whatever the fuck I want and I don't like being told what to do. So it was terrible, right? But I'm gonna be honest. It's not a terrible job. It was an amazing job, right? But you're just not gonna keep telling me what to do. And that is just a flaw of me. And it's not even a flaw of me. That's why I own my own shit and I do my own thing. And you can, right? It's just I overstand at a job when you're telling me what to do, there's a lot of other emotions going on behind that, the way you say that to me, right? Because I'm moody. I don't treat you no type of way, bro. I show you nothing but love. So you said it to me that type of way, bro. If your wife disrespecting you, take that up with your wife. Don't bring that over here with me, bro. Right? Because I really get into it and let you know why you mad. It's not my fault your son don't want to play basketball with you, bro. Be a better father, right? So stuff like that, that stuff will get me in trouble. Because I just be, you know what I'm saying, wilder and stuff of that nature and just doing what I want. And in any job that I had, they didn't like that. They always be like, Moody, your mouth gets you in trouble, man. Like, I know it comes from the heart and stuff like that, but like, you're such a great worker and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna say how I feel. I'm going to say how I feel. Why? Because why am I gonna walk around it inside of my temple and then stress out about it? No, you think about it. Think about what you did. But long story short, women are better than men. Hi. Well, I'm saying we're both equal. We're both equal, but I do love women more than men, obviously, right? But I say that women are the key to the world. And I do say that you become a man when you find that right woman, and a woman helps you become a man, right? Because you're still a young man before that woman. You think you're a man, right? But that woman's gonna show you how to be a man and how to be more responsible. So yeah, it's time for the mindset stuff. That wasn't supposed to be that long. I guess I was answering questions. But yeah, that's the reason, bro. And to be honest, the day that I quit my job, I just remember it was January 21st, 2020, January 21st, 2021. Damn, these years are going by quick. When I joined my first Discord and I started trading options. I believe that was like on a weekend or some shit like that. I don't remember. Long story short, the day I quit my job was the last week of March. And like I said, I was tired of like crying at that job. I wasn't like crying like crybaby. Don't look at me like that. But I just go through shit. And I always pray before I leave my job. That's just me. But I'll be honest with y'all, I would drop down to my knees and pray, and I would do it on purpose, even though prayer was like a secret thing, so everybody could see me. And reason why, so people could pray more. Because I'd be like, hey, if somebody saw me, it'd probably remind them like, yo, let me pray. Because I drop down to my knees and throw my hands up, and people would see me. But yeah, the day that I quit my job, I just remember I was gonna go in. I literally went to, I'm not gonna say the street name, went to the light. The father spoke to me, bro, and was just like, Moody, just turn around. Turn around. And it was, I had just got off of my final and I was back on the final. And if I didn't show up, I either got fired, and I wasn't late. And I was just like, well, y'all could think y'all fired me. Like, I don't care what y'all think. And I just didn't show up. Granted, I just saw one of my managers like maybe a couple of months ago at Home Depot. And we seen each other. His name is Jordan. He was like, man, yeah, he's like, dang, I didn't even know you quit. I thought you just went to a different department. I was like, nah, bro, I just never showed back up. Remember I told you I was in the stocks, right? I'm teaching a whole bunch of people now, bro. I done grew my portfolio. I ain't gonna say everything I told him, but yeah, he was like, dang, for real. I was like, look. I only did that because he was an asshole to me. But long story short, yeah. Just put in the work, bro. And honestly, I just took a risk too. Like I had bread. My account was tradable. Like it wasn't a $25,000 account. What else can I say? Ooh, I dropped a little. Oh, I don't know. Get your ass over here. Yeah, I would say it's just like any risk that you ever took, right? Like I went through shit with my wife. She was like, bro, you sure you about to do this? Like, I believe in you. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this shit looking nice, but I went through bad times too. Like, oh, dang. Where I talked to my wife and I'm like, man, this is happening right now. And she picked me up and helped me. You know what I'm saying? My therapist helped me, which I get to meet her as well. D-Wiz helped me, right? So you'll always need like a good support system. outside of trading, and also in like a trading, I wouldn't in a trading community, but someone that like you're cool with, someone that you know what I mean. You got their personal number, and it's just like you share ideas or whatever. Like that's how me and D Wiz was. So I was able to talk to him about certain things where he just gave me his honest input, and you know what I mean, just told me certain things, and it was just different in my journey, right? Because like as I'm going through all of that, now after like 60 days, within those 60 days, I was teaching people, but I was like, not like, oh, this dude is teaching, you know what I'm saying? But like after those 60 days, I was already teaching, being a moderator and doing what I was doing. Within a couple of months after that, I was on a cryptocurrency team, right? And just creating things with them. So it's just things kept happening for me. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people could say that they were connecting with Mark Monroe, with Bitcoin Zay, with just a lot of different individuals in their process of moving forward. So it was like, not a lot of things were holding me back. It was a lot of great things happening that just overshadowed any losses or anything that I was going through. I remember losing $50,000 in one shot. And I actually cried to my brother, Marcus. He'll be back soon from Kuwait, but that's my twin brother. But long story short, yeah, I remember like crying to him. He's like, bro, you gonna make that shit right back. And I remember he told me, go to Drink Champs and go watch this interview with DMX. And me and him, obviously my brother, we talk to each other in a different way. So he was like, you gonna know what I'm trying to tell you. And then from there, I made that shit right back. And I was like, man, I appreciate you. That got me right back. And he was like, bro, come on now. That was just one day, bro. Like, are you kidding me? One day out of all these days and months that you've been doing what you're doing, you're gonna let that bother you? You know what I'm saying? Like it happens as you continue to get more, grow your account, your losses tend to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? And don't take that the wrong way. What I mean by is like if you're used to losing a couple of dollars or a couple of hundred and you start playing with different types of money, you start to get used to like, it's not that you're gonna always lose it, but man, I'm used to losing $1,000 or $5,000 because I know I'm gonna get that right back. You know what I mean? But that's my wiggle room, right? But things of that nature. Hey, would be down to create a small account and take trades with us. Hey, would be who, me? What's your question, Melina? Hey, would be
Oh,
down.
sorry. I was just gonna say, sorry, I forgot the you. Would you be down to create a small account with us and take trades?
I don't want to offer too many things. I already got a lot of things like planned. Like I'm live trading. And
That's what I mean with the live trading.
probably, I don't know. Probably not. I don't know.
Probably not. Oh,
I
okay.
have to think about it. It's thrown out to me. I'm the type of person, like I'm a Gemini. And one thing I know about me is you're a Gemini, is that I'm going to say yes. I'll be like, yeah, why not? Like, because it's easy to me. I'll be like, yeah, sure, why not? But then that's me saying that at the moment because I feel like that at the moment. Maybe I don't feel like that next week. Maybe I just, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I just want to live trade these 2 days out of this week. Or maybe I want to offer and say, hey, look, I want to do something special for you guys this whole entire week, right? So, and then I know I'm also going to do a futures account with you guys, right? So it's just like, I know I'm bringing my therapist on with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of energy.
All right.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, is Jordan saying yes, he'll do it?
I don't know, maybe. Like, my boy
With those
Jordan.
2 little fingers?
You know what I'm saying? What you saying, Jordan? Like, fuck it. And I'm gonna just go out and say it because my brother on here too. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I was kind of shy to say that shit. But fuck it, I'm gonna live in my life. I'm Axel. That's who the fuck I am. I just like to play the fucking back. Moody's Moody. You just don't know that. That's who the fuck I am. I just don't like, you know what I'm saying? And Jordan's Axel too. Don't say, because remember I called him that too. But like, that's who I am. Like, let it click in your head. I'm bringing my therapist on. Her son trades. I've been trading for 2 years. Jordan trades. His friends trade. Is it clicking yet? We put all our shit together. We could be a hedge fund. Let me shut the fuck up. But Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm just learning to live in that light. I sometimes just like share my genius and who I am and my light with the world because that's just who I am. But just I've learned like, bro, I gotta stop giving people my fucking credit because you're really gonna think it's this person or you're really gonna think it's that person, right? And to like help you guys like on my down days, because everybody have down days. Those are the things that I look at. I look at the things that I've done. Why? That's what I was trying to talk about, but I kind of fell off of it before I put the mindset class on. Is imposter syndrome. Like I'm not certified in this space. So the things that I do is like there's plenty of testimonials that I've never told somebody, hey, like I always tell somebody, hey, you mind writing a testimonial for me? I'm gonna tell you why right now. But I always tell people, do it out of your heart. If it's not out of your heart and it's not genuine, please do not do it, right? But I can go back in time and be like, I am changing people's lives. I am helping this person. You know what I'm saying? This person, I can see what they was going through and now where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just me. Yeah, I know it's a team, but I don't look at the team. I look at me. I'm just a team player. I look at, okay, how many people did I latch upon and that I was able to pour into and help them see something and help them see a better life or anything. You know what I'm saying? Or be more profitable. And that's what I do, right? I could go back within testimonials for years, right? Not only in this Discord or MSC, right? In any other Discord that I've ever been in, right? I could go back and see that. I can always go back and see it within the proof of my own trades. I can always go back and look at all of my multiple accounts and see commas and be like, yeah, bro, you're not a financial advisor, but look at you, right? And you're not so anxious to like, oh, let me take a picture of this. Let me take a picture of this percentage. And let me do this. And let me do that. And let me show it on Instagram. And let me try to get subscribers. And let me try to get, no, I don't care, bro. If you want to be around me, be around me. If not, cool. Why? Because fucking knows, what if I get tired of this shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Right? You never know. What if I just
You're a Gemini, you never know.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm moody as fuck, but I'm the honest. A lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna be honest with you, right?
Geminis will.
You said what?
The Geminis will keep it real with you.
Yeah, an evolved Gemini. Absolutely. I used to be a fool Gemini, and I used to be bad and manipulated. I had to learn from that. All right, so I think I answered that question. I kind of like drug it out so you could like understand why I quit, how I quit my job and things of that nature. Jordan, you're it. Let's create an account where we can show how the account has grown through live trading through MSCT. Yeah, why not? Jordan,
You know, it'll be good marketing. You could say, hey, within 2 weeks, the account has grown 100%, 200%, 300, you know, whatever, right?
yeah, I wouldn't market it. I wouldn't market that. It is good marketing, but I wouldn't market it because I know that people would join and fuck up their accounts.
Well, if they're taking your trades, they can't fuck it up.
That doesn't, yeah, you can.
Well, I mean, if they're solely taking your trades, they can't. And if you're teaching the classes, then it's just only going to get better for them. Other places, they're not showing you if they're actually even taking the trades or not. So I think it would be a positive.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, it just depends on the person. I love all my brothers and sisters, but I have faith in my fathers. I don't have faith in my brothers and sisters. I have faith that my father will touch their heart and put more faith in their. I know what like I'm only 31 years old, but I have faith in me. I have faith that I will do it. I have faith that if I get with somebody one-on-one and for days, or I don't really need days with you, but few like hours and stuff, like I can truly like help you see something. But yeah, nah, Melina, you're just a Gemini, and I'm gonna just be honest. You see how you getting all this resistance from me? You didn't hear why I quit my job. I just don't like being told what to do. So
I wasn't trying to tell you what to do.
I know you just gotta offer.
Suggestion.
You gotta make it. There you go. You gotta make it like a offer, a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
So basically, all the other people
Here's the
in the chat has to
opportunity
say
for
yes.
me. make me feel like, yo, you know what, you're gonna learn so much, Moody. Like, you're probably gonna be able to, like, I'm already doing that. I'm already helping people with like a million. Like, you feel me? I know I am. Trust me. You about to, like, you're gonna see how much help you're gonna get. Like, I just offered you a whole new lifestyle. That's why I be feeling like people won't be wanting to milk Moody. I'll just be like, bruh, you don't want to wait till June 1st and live trade with me and make money?
Wait,
Like
I'm
money
live
for
chatting with you
you?
now.
Know what I'm saying? You doing it? I'm saying you doing it now, but you trying to give me more work.
Oh, it's not work. Okay, all right. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I
That
didn't
is
mean it was
more
that much.
work. Hey, Moody, you know what you can do? Da, 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 da. Then you making me think about marketing. I'm a businessman. I'm like, maybe I could do that. And then I'm like, oh, but if you do that, that's playing into people's FOMO. Moody, do you want to do that? Like, you're hearing what people saying, but when I take this to the Father and I know the emotional pull and why I'm doing it, yeah, I'm wanting to help, but I'm doing it right now. Why am I focusing on like what I could do for others when there's how many people in this class? 36 people, and I can focus on 36 people right now. All right, so let me just do this mindset class, and you're gonna start to see why I'm like boom, boom, just hitting them things. Because like by the time if I choose to do this, and I was only gonna be on here for an hour, I was gonna do it for like 30 minutes, ask some questions, and then play this for 14 minutes. But I always love you, Melina, and everybody for dropping them questions. But just letting you know for the future, like if I choose to do this in MSC Teach. But long story short, if I choose to do this, and within the next 7 classes or even 4 classes, if you pay attention, you'll start to realize like Moody really protects himself and protects his mind very, very well. Like when you start to be mindful of what you ask someone or what you do or what you're saying, you'll be like, dang, if you start to study the stuff that I'm about to play out, right? So I'm about to just play the first one. I really wanted to play chapter 11, but I'm gonna hit y'all with chapter 1 because it was in my mind. And I was like, hey, why not just start from chapter 1? You didn't put this out a whole bunch of time, and you know that somebody's gonna ask you, hey, Moody, what is this? And even though you put it 1,000 times and even said that this is your favorite thing, right, after the Bible and this and that, your brothers and sisters not gonna go for it, right? So since I know that, I guess I'm gonna incorporate it in my classes.
Mr. Keys,
Right.
more happiness.
And this is
Mr. Keys system.
Listen to the beginning, because everything that I play from the podcasts and everything, people be like, yo, Moody, what's the name of that podcast? Yo, Moody, what's that? Yo, Moody, what's that? If you listen to when it first starts, it always says, the name of this podcast is da 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 da, live from the vessel. The name of this chapter is Master Jesus.
Keys system, part 1. It is
Close
my
it.
privilege to enclose here
Close your eyes, if anything. Don't stare at Moody. Moody be weird.
part 1 of the Master Key system. Would you bring into your life more power? Get the power consciousness. More health? Get the health consciousness. More happiness? Get the happiness consciousness. Live the spirit of these things until they become yours by right. It will then become impossible to keep them from you. The things of the world are fluid to a power within man by which he rules them. You need not acquire this power, you already have it. But you want to understand it, you want to use it, you want to control it, you want to impregnate yourself with it.
You do not have to look for this power. You already have it. That's why I told you to close your eyes.
So that you can go forward and carry the world before you. Day by day, as you go on and on, as you gain momentum, as your inspiration deepens, as your plans crystallize, as you gain understanding, you'll come to realize that this world is no dead pile of stones and timber, but that it is a living thing. It is made of the beating hearts of humanity. It is a thing of life and beauty. It is evident that it requires understanding to work with material of the description, but those who come into this understanding are inspired by a new light, a new force. They gain confidence and greater power each day. They realize their hopes and dreams come true. Life has a deeper, fuller, clearer meaning than before. And now, part one. That much gathers more is true on every plane of existence, and that loss leads to greater loss is equally true. Mind is creative, and conditions, environment, and all experiences in life are results of our habitual or predominant mental attitude. The attitude of mind necessarily depends upon what we think. Therefore, the secret of all power, all achievement, and all possessions depend upon our method of thinking.
Oh, my bad. I paused it.
This is true because we must be before we can do. And we can do only to the extent which we are. And what we are depends upon what we think. We cannot express powers that we do not possess. The only way by which we may secure possession of power is to become conscious of power. And we can never become conscious of power until we learn that all power is from within. There is a world within, a world of thought and feeling and power, of light and life and beauty, and although invisible, its forces are mighty. The world within is governed by mind. When we discover this world, we shall find the solution for every problem, the cause for every effect. And since the world within is subject to our control, all laws of power and possession are also within our control. The world without is a reflection of the world within. What appears without is what has been found within. In the world within may be found infinite wisdom, infinite power, infinite supply of all that is necessary, waiting for unfoldment, development, and expression. If we recognize the
I've listened to this and read this book so many times. I know this shit verbatim.
potentialities in the world within, they will take form in the world without. Harmony in the world within will be reflected in the world without by harmonious conditions, agreeable surroundings, the best of everything. It is the foundation of health and a necessary essential to all greatness, all power, all attainment, all achievement, and all success. Harmony in the world within means the ability to control our thoughts and to determine for ourselves how any experience is to affect us. Harmony in the world within results in optimism and affluence. Affluence within results in affluence without. The world without reflects the circumstances and conditions of the consciousness within. If we find the wisdom in the world within, we shall have the understanding to discern the marvelous possibilities that are latent in this world within, and we shall be given the power to make these possibilities manifest in the world without. As we become conscious of the wisdom in the world within, we mentally take possession of the wisdom, and by taking mental possession, we come into actual possession of the power and wisdom necessary to bring into manifestation the essentials necessary for our most complete and harmonious development. The world within is the practical world in which the men and women of power generate courage, hope, enthusiasm, confidence, trust, and faith, by which they are given the fine intelligence to see the vision and the practical skill to make the vision real. Life is an unfoldment, not an accretion. What comes to us in the world without is what we already possess in the world within. All possession is based on consciousness. All gain is the result of an accumulative consciousness. All loss is the result of a scattering consciousness. Mental efficiency is contingent upon harmony. Discord means confusion. Therefore, he who would acquire power must be in harmony with natural law. We are related to the world without by the objective mind. The brain is the organ of this mind, and the cerebrospinal system of nerves puts us in conscious communication with every part of the body. This system of nerves responds to every sensation of light, heat, odor, sound, and taste. When this mind thinks correctly, when it understands the truth, when the thoughts sent through the cerebrospinal nervous system to the body are constructive, these sensations are pleasant, harmonious. The result is that we build strength, vitality, and all constructive forces into our body, but it is through the same objective mind that all distress, sickness, lack, limitation, and every form of discord and inharmony is admitted to our lives. It is therefore through the objective mind by wrong thinking that we are related to all destructive forces. We are related to the world within by the subconscious mind. The solar plexus is the organ of this mind. The sympathetic system of nerves presides over all subjective sensations, such as joy, fear, love, emotion, respiration, imagination, and all other subconscious phenomenons. It is through the subconscious that we are connected with the universal mind and brought into relation with the infinite constructive forces of the universe. It is the coordination of these two centers of our being and the understanding of their functions, which is the great secret of life. With this knowledge, we can bring the objective and subjective minds into conscious cooperation and thus coordinate the finite and the infinite. Our future is entirely within our control. It is not at the mercy of any capricious or uncertain external power. All agree that there is but one principle or consciousness pervading the entire universe, occupying all space and being essentially the same in kind at every point of its presence. It is all powerful, all wisdom, and all present. All thoughts and things are within itself. It is all in all. There is but one consciousness in the universe able to think, and when it thinks, its thoughts become objective things to it. As the consciousness is omnipresent, it must be present within every individual. Each individual must be a manifestation of that omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent consciousness. As there is only one consciousness in the universe that is able to think it necessary, follows that your consciousness is identical with the universal consciousness, or in other words, all mind is one mind. There is no dodging this conclusion. This consciousness that focuses in your brain cells is the same consciousness which focuses in the brain cells of every other individual. Each individual is but the individualization of the universal, the cosmic mind. The universal mind is static or potential energy. It simply is. It can manifest only through the individual, and the individual can manifest only through the universal.
Your AAA membership gets you more than just a tow. From flats to lockouts to empty tanks to thousands of deals for about
They are one.
That not part of the video. That was a whole ad. Don't get lost. And since we're in the intermission, I promise you learn this stuff. This is all about the charts as well. I promise you, this is for your whole life, and this is the charts as well. And if you read this book, even if you're not joining the classes, I promise you, you're going to change your life. I was able to quit my job, not because, yes, I knew the skill of trading, but it was me going to therapy and changing the way that I was already in that process. But I knew once I got there, I didn't go to therapy for that. I went to therapy for something completely different. Maybe we'll talk about it one day, right? But in that process, I knew I was right. And I was like, holy shit, this positive stuff is real. Why? Because I'm talking to a multimillionaire that's teaching people how to do this shit. And I'm like, these are your clients? Wait, what? Hold on. So I got in my bag and I was like, no, let me focus on this, right? A lot of people are not going to teach you how to stay disciplined to certain things because they don't know how to be disciplined to it, right? If somebody can't tell you how they get encouraged, how they get inspired, how they stay disciplined, what are their discipline things, it's because they don't have that built into their system. Because if they did, they will gladly tell you. Don't you get it? Anybody would gladly show off and tell you about anything that they do know, and then show off and yeah. Right? Even I do that. But if you don't know, you're gonna hear a lot of yeah. Think about it. What do you do when you're doing all of that? You're trying to think of something, right? If you're trying to think of something, it's not natural. It's not just something that you know. you have to believe and think of, hey, send me these thoughts. What is it? Oh, let me think of something. Let me think of something that's something like this. You have to understand that. And that's why I'm playing these videos, because it'll get you to understanding the mind. And a lot of people can't manipulate you after that. You will call bullshit when you hear it, or you'll just stay quiet and be like, okay, gotcha. You might just ask me questions just to like get a better understanding of that mindset and that individual, so you can know how to manipulate your circumstances, right? So yeah, here it goes. I think we got like 6 more minutes.
The ability of the individual to think is his ability to act on the universal and bring it into manifestation. Human consciousness consists only in the ability of man to think. Mind in itself is believed to be a subtle form of static energy from which arises the activities called thought, which is the dynamic phase of mind. Mind is static energy, thought is dynamic energy, the two phases of the same thing. Thought is therefore the vibratory force formed by converting static mind into dynamic mind. As the sum of all attributes are contained in the universal mind, which is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, these attributes must be present at all time in their potential form in every individual. Therefore, when the individual thinks, the thought is compelled by its nature to embody itself in an objectivity or condition which will correspond with its origin. Every thought, therefore, is a cause, and every condition an effect. For this reason, it is absolutely essential that you control your thoughts so as to bring forth only desirable conditions. All power is from within and is absolutely under your control. It comes through exact knowledge and by the voluntary exercises of exact principles. It should be plain that when you acquire a thorough understanding of this law and are able to control your thought processes, you can apply it to any condition. In other words, you'll have come into conscious cooperation with the omnipotent law, which is the fundamental basis of all things. The universal mind is the life principle of every atom which is in existence. Every atom is continually striving to manifest more life. All are intelligent, and all are seeking to carry out the purpose for which they were created. The majority of mankind lives in the world without. Few have found the world within, and yet it is the world within that makes the world without. It is therefore creative, and everything which you find in your world without has been created by you in the world within.
Facts.
This system will bring you into realization of power, which will be yours when you understand this relation between the world without and the world within. World within is cause. The world without, the effect. To change the effect, you must change the cause. You will at once see that this is a radically new and different idea. Most men try to change effects by working with effects. They fail to see that this is simply changing one form of distress for another. To remove discord, you must remove the cause, and this cause can be found only in the world within. All growth is from within. This is evident in all nature. Every plant, every animal, every human is a living testimony to this great law.
Facts.
And the error of these ages is in looking for strength or power from without. The world within is the universal fountain of supply, and the world without is the outlet to the stream. Our ability to receive depends on our recognition of this universal fountain, this infinite energy of which each individual is an outlet, and so is one with every other individual. Recognition is a mental process. Mental action is therefore the interaction of the individual upon the universal mind. And as the universal mind is the intelligence which pervades all space and animates all living things, this mental action and reaction is the law of causation, but the principle of causation does not obtain in the individual, but in the universal mind. It is not an object faculty, but a subjective process, and the results are seen in an infinite variety of conditions and experiences. In order to express life, there must be mind. Nothing can exist without mind. Everything which exists in some manifestation of this one basic substance from which and by which all things have been created and are continually being recreated. We live in a fathomless sea of plastic mind substance. This substance is ever alive and active. It is sensitive to the highest degree. It takes form according to the mental demand. Thought forms the mold or matrix from which the substance expresses. Remember that this is in the application alone that the value consists, and that a practical understanding of this law will substitute abundance for poverty, wisdom for ignorance, harmony for discord, and freedom for tyranny. And certainly there can be no greater blessing than these for.
You see how I'm bringing harmony into Discord? We're on Zoom, but you came through Discord.
Material and social standpoint. Now make the application, select a room where you can be alone and undisturbed. Sit erect, comfortably, but do not lounge. Let your thoughts roam where they will be perfectly still for from 15 minutes to half an hour. Continue this for 3 or 4 days or for a week until you secure full control of your physical being. Many will find this extremely difficult. Others will conquer with ease. But
I'm gonna pause that. I'm gonna rewind that because that's your homework. I know that could have went over somebody's head, but everything that you just learned, he just gave you homework so you can be able to see everything he just said. Understand that this is the book, that the laws of attraction, Think and Grow Rich, that a lot of things that Napoleon Hill put out, it all came from this source. That I'm looking for where this book came from.
it is absolutely essential to where they will be perfectly station, word, and freedom for tyranny. And certainly there can be no greater blessing than these from a material and social standpoint.
So this is your homework starting from here. And it's 15, you can start with 5 minutes, move it to 15 to 30 minutes. Don't try with 30 minutes. And I promise you, when you sit down with your thoughts, you don't get upset or anything. It's not about trying to clear. You will clear your mind in due time. You won't clear your mind in your first session, in your third session. Some people are able to, but you won't. You will see that, okay, I'm not thinking of nothing. The more you do that, you will be thinking of something. Just let the thoughts roam and don't attach yourself. Sit in the seat of awareness. What's the seat of awareness? When you're sitting and you're noticing that these are not your fucking thoughts. They don't belong to you. If that clicks, you might rise up. I woke up right there. If you're a woman, remember, your job is to nurture, not to be working. That's my job. I provide and I protect. Doesn't mean that you can't nurture a business. Doesn't mean you can't go get you a LLC and start a business bank account. Fuck the name of the business, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure it's favorable to the government and it's not something with a financial name where they're going to be like, no, that's risky. You know what I'm saying? And what do you do from that? If you have an LLC, you already know about EIN numbers. You know about your Dun Street. What do you do with that? Make sure that your check from your job, you don't even have to try to change your EIN number or anything. Just make sure that your check from your job goes into your business bank account. Whatever you was doing, whether it's a music studio, hair, salon, whatever you was doing, guess what? Your business is now growing. Right? I ain't even gonna say nothing from there because if you actually do it, you'll have questions after that. So this is the homework.
Application, select a room where you can be alone and undisturbed. Sit erect, comfortably, but do not lounge. Let your thoughts roam where they will be perfectly still for from 15.
Do not lounge because you will fall asleep. If you get relaxed and you start to meditate and you start to really go through, you will fall asleep if you don't know how to hold your lucid dreams.
15 minutes to half an hour. Continue this for 3 or 4 days or for a week until you secure full control of your physical being. Many will find this extremely difficult. Others will conquer with ease, but it is absolutely essential to secure complete control of the body before you are ready to progress. Next week, you'll receive instructions for the next tip. In the meantime, you must have mastered this one.
That's it. That's that video. That was part 1. Let me know if you liked it. And it will really be just an hour class. I just was long-winded on certain things. It'll probably just be 30 minutes of charting, ask some questions, and then the last 15 minutes of this. And if you guys have anything after it, you're more than welcome. Okay, so maybe not do it, and we only got 1 yes. Okay, I liked it. Okay, we got 3, we got 4. Okay, they like it. All right, I may, I'll think about it, and I may do this here, in MSC, and not do it for, and I'll probably still do it for a course. But if I do it here, I have to see how I do it for a course, because I wouldn't be putting out the recordings then, right? Oh, let me stop this recording.